Good evening, and yes, welcome to the Sanctuary of Unity of Greater Hartford. My name is Reverend Christine Boylan, and tonight's Good Friday service is presented tonight here by Unity of Greater Hartford and Unity in the Foothills. So we are so honored to have their minister, Reverend Carolyn Swift-Jones, here participating. So welcome to Unity in the Foothills. Thank you. And we also have a wonderful licensed Unity teacher and soon to be ordained Unity minister, Kathleen Kerswick, with us tonight. And one of our prayer chaplains, Deborah Giddings. Welcome to all of you. So before we do anything else, let's enact our annual theme of prayer first. And so Kathleen, would you like to lead us in our opening prayer?
Thank you. So if you join me now in our opening prayer, I invite you to just get comfortable wherever you're seated and just take a couple of deep breaths to center yourself. We breathe in and out together. And with each exhale, we feel our bodies relax into this present moment. Focus on your breathing going directly into your heart space and feel that divine energy moving within you. Tonight, we've come together to reflect upon our Lenten journey of spiritual growth so far. A light shines brightly on the blessings that have come to us as a result of going deep within over these last few weeks. We've been focusing on releasing error thinking, but also we've focused on embracing the awareness of the indwelling presence that is forever with us, guiding us, loving us. Let's take a moment of silence to take these words in. We are beyond grateful to know these truths. Our hearts overflow with loving gratitude, and our words and actions reflect it all. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Amen.
which is When I Pray. So go ahead and stand if that feels comfortable for you, and we're going to sing that together. Okay. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray.
Yeah. Thank you, Carolyn. And thank you to all of you. You did very good, and you didn't even have the words, so I'm very proud of you. Good job. Good job, everyone. Well, later on in the service, we have a very meditative part, and so we are handling our blessing of gifts in the beginning of the service. And so since this is a service presented by two ministries, there will be a sharing of the gifts and donations. And however, if you do wish to give with a credit card, please go to the respective websites. For Unity in the Foothills, that's unityinthefoothillsct.org. And for Unity of Greater Hartford, unityhartford.org. In the atrium, we have a giving box. So we're going to ask, while we'll bless our offerings and tithes and gifts right now, we're going to ask at the end of the service, as you leave, if you would place your cash or checks in the giving box. All right? So right now, let's just take this opportunity to experience and express gratitude, love, and prosperity. And we know that when we freely and joyfully give, we are opening ourselves up to the abundance of the universe. So whatever amount you're guided to give, take it in your hands, and if you're doing a credit card, hold it in your heart, and bless it with your love. And I would ask that you also hold an intangible blessing in your heart this evening, a heart for everyone participating in this service. And that might be peace or love, release, forgiveness, whatever that blessing is. Hold that in your heart also. And as you bestow that blessing and as you hold the idea of that tangible gift, let yourself feel as grateful as you can to God in you as your one true source of all. And then please join me in our offering blessing if you know it. And so together, divine love, flowing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. And so it is. Amen. So thank you for that. And now I'm going to ask Kathleen to come on back and give us some context for Good Friday. What does it mean, and what can you tell us about Good Friday? Lots. Do it.
It's so great to be here with all of you today on this Good Friday night. Good Friday reminds us of the story in the Bible, the crucifixion story. Right? Jesus brings some apostles with him in the beginning to a garden of Gethsemane. And at one point, he prays to God, asking for this cup to pass by him. But immediately after that, Jesus accepts the job that has been given to him in this story. He moves into acceptance immediately and says, "Thy will, not mine, be done." However, there's a bigger meaning to this story that we take metaphysically that we can apply to our own lives. The story reminds us to eliminate that which no longer serves us, to eliminate error thoughts and beliefs that might be holding us back, eliminate spiritual bypassing, trying to avoid the pain. Tonight is about allowing ourselves to be willing to forgive, release, and renew in order to make room for the magnificent blessings that are about to come in just a very few short days. I would like to invite you to join us on a journey tonight of self-discovery. Metaphysically speaking, Gethsemane represents the struggle that takes place within the consciousness when truth is realized as the one reality. Have you ever experienced something like that? Think about a time when you were in your own garden of Gethsemane, when you were facing such a challenge that you found yourself wishing or praying for it to just go away. As Jesus did in the Bible story, think of a moment in your life where you just wanted the pain to stop, to disappear, to no longer be taking you to a place you didn't want to go. Consider for just a moment the spiritual integrity that is needed to hold pain in the same sacred awareness as the holding of the glory of the resurrection. To be able to be present and move through a painful situation can be a most powerful experience. And I'm sure that there are many here tonight, both in the sanctuary and on Facebook and on our website, looking at this service that can relate to that. There are many factors involved in this particular process. There's the releasing of something, the forgiveness of something, maybe determining what it is that's blocking us from our good. So tonight, I'm going to invite you to become willing to expand that vision. Shift your perception about what Good Friday might be all about for you, what it might have been in the past. Release your old thinking about this day and open it up to a deeper meaning that is very personal for you. It is possible to hold perceived woundedness in such a way that light can begin to shine through those wounds. This new awareness can be life-changing in a good way. Remember this, if it's happening to one of us, it's happening to all of us. Tonight, Reverend Carolyn, Reverend Christine, and Deborah will lead us in some thought-provoking ideas, considering how Good Friday shows up in the world for us. And they will help us to remember the importance of acceptance, letting go, and surrender in our own current lives. And now, Reverend Carolyn.
My name is Jesus, and I am dying in Ukraine. Don't look for me on Golgotha. I am not there. They do not nail you to a cross these days. They use bullets and bombs and tanks. I am not hung high on a hill. I am buried beneath the rubble of a building, or I am hiding in a bunker. I am a pregnant woman in a maternity hospital. I am a college student waiting in a train station, my backpack full of books I hope I'll be able to read. I am an orphan. My parents were killed in front of me. I am a grandmother I have not eaten in days. I am a husband. I have sent my wife and my children to Poland for safety. I am waiting in the trenches. Look at me, please. Look at me. Do not look away. My name is Jesus, and I am a child who is dying in Ukraine. Do not look away. My teddy bear is here. I don't think he got hurt. The sky above me is so quiet now. I can smell my mother's hair. There's a way it smells after she's washed it. Please don't look away. Please look at me. I need you to look at me. My name is Jesus. I am a Russian soldier, and I am dying in Ukraine. Don't look for me in Gethsemane. I am not there. I am not in a garden. I am in a burned-out tank. Oh, God, make this cup pass from me. I do have a picture of my family in my pocket, but I've lost my arms and my hands. I cannot reach it. Can you look at them for me? Please look at them for me. Please look at my family for me. Please look at me. Do not look away. My name is Jesus. I'm starving to death in Yemen. Don't look for me on the streets of Jerusalem. I've moved into a refugee camp, and cholera has just broken out. It won't be long now before the flies come and cover my eyes. Please do not look away. Please do not abandon me now. My name is Jesus. My family and I moved to the States from the Congo to escape violence. I am the beloved son of Dorcas Loyola. I'm now lying on the ground in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I've just been shot in the head. Please do not look away. Please do not look away. I am your beloved son. I am your beloved son too. Woman, behold your son. Behold your mother. My name is Jesus. My suffering is not easy to look at. Your suffering is not easy to look at either. Yet, when we hold one another with the mutual depth of the Christ we are, a light begins to shine through and as the gaping hole of crucifixion. Come, come, look at me, for this we are kept. Look at me, please look at me. Let's not forsake each other's woundedness. My mother and my friends did not look away when I died on a cross. Are you my mother? Are you my friends? Are you? If you are, stay with me. Do not look away. Abide with me. Do not look away. And now we're very blessed to have Deborah Giddens take these thoughts and carry them forward.
As we begin to emerge from what feels like some days, eons. Was there a time before COVID? What was that time? A time when we got together with people without a care in the world, where we hugged freely, kissed each other. And then we went into this darkness, this time of loneliness, aloneness, separation, fear, can't come near you. You're not vaccinated. I can't come and see you today. I'm afraid to go out. The holidays have come and gone. Many were alone. Many were quiet. We didn't hold each other. We stopped singing. We stopped feeling the joy in our hearts. And in order to survive, we came and shut down. We had to shut down our feelings and our emotions. We had to pretend that we didn't care. While all around us, an incredible number of people were transitioning from the earth plane. 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 500,000, 1 million. We start to see the light. We very gingerly remove a mask. We start to come out of our homes again and see each other. Still afraid. Still wondering, will it get me? I just heard someone else got sick yesterday. Let us not forsake each other. We are all walking each other home. And as we stand together and hold each other in our strength, in our love, we walk through this. We walk through this, knowing the fear is still there. We start like little children taking another step out, another step to eat, to hear music. It feels so strange. It feels like a world I don't know if I belong in. How do we function with all of this fear? We have faith. We hold on to our spiritual power of faith, even though we can't see what's next. We know. And we know.
Well, life has felt difficult, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. Watching the news and seeing the violence and suffering of people throughout the world, certainly these last 2 years with COVID and all the restrictions. And even without all of that, right, there is still this earthly existence with all its loss and sadness, loss of a loved one, loss of a home, a job, just a way of being. And even though we know that there certainly is more than loss and sadness, at times it can still feel very overwhelming. We can forget that we are spiritual beings having this earthly, this human experience. Certainly we don't want to deny or ignore our real feelings, but then what? Then what? Well, let me tell you a story I heard from Unity author Eric Butterworth. Once upon a time, yeah, it's one of those, all right? Once upon a time, there was a ruler who was plagued by worries and anxiety, and so she called together the wise people in her nation, and she asked them to come together and formulate a motto. A motto. A few wise words that could help in times of trial or distress. Just a few words that would be appropriate for every situation, whether in adversity or in abundance. It must be wise, it must be true, it must be endlessly enduring, and words that everyone could rely on and be guided by. After the wise people debated for a couple of months, they came back and they had the words to ease the heart and mind, the words to help people remember and release. They had the words. And the words were, "This too shall pass away." This too shall pass. Life is a flowing activity. Everything here on this physical plane of existence is temporary. And only what exists within spirit, within us, is permanent. We acknowledge, we grieve, we love, we help, we support, and we let go. We affirm as Reverend Butterworth did, "I accept the reality of this situation, but not its permanence. Yes, I am grieving, but even this intense sorrow will diminish in time. Eventually, I might even have a day when I don't think of my loved one." There is nothing in this physical world that can conquer us, for greater is that within. Greater is the one source within me. We don't deny the reality of what is happening, but we can deny its permanence. This too, whether it be a feeling, or a thought, or an illness, or a loss, this too shall pass. I turn within to the permanent source of all, and I know I can heal. We acknowledge what is, and then we affirm that we are in the flow of life, and this too shall pass away. I release and I let go. And so, Reverend Carolyn, if we would lead us in our next part of the service.
Shall we meditate? And so I do invite us to close our eyes and relax our physical being. We are now invited to let the events of this day or this year or the moment just before to go. Now is the time to enter the sacred heart of our truest and most authentic self. That sacred heart within you. You may even want to put your hand upon your heart chakra as a way to be aware of how very soft your sacred heart is now becoming. Oh, how very soft our hearts are becoming. And oh, how fertile the outer crust of the heart is now opening to reveal the soft inner layers which peel away easily and reveal that sweet inner darkness of our being. Oh, how vast, how sweet, how fertile this inner darkness, how kind, how compassionate this inner darkness. It is said that things grow in the dark and bloom in the light. It's our time now to grow in the dark. And we do this now by retrieving what was once lost in this loving, soft, compassionate darkness. We're invited to gather seeds of grief and sadness which we may have tossed aside in order to just get on with our lives. We may have forgotten the value of holding on to seeds, no matter what kind of seed, in a warm and soft, accepting, fertile, and compassionate place. Why did we toss away our seeds of sadness and grief? Well, we may have buried them under the need to make somebody else wrong. Or we may have left them in the noise of our television set. Or perhaps we stuffed them down in the fabric of what we call being polite. Maybe we buried them in an old churchyard because we were told that spiritual people are happy all the time. Never mind that Jesus wept. Maybe, just maybe, we thought we were too spiritual to weep. Maybe we left them in the funeral home where we last saw the body of a loved one. Maybe we threw them out when we pretended to be okay, when we were anything but okay. We might have thrown them away when we rushed our recovery before we were really ready to recover, or rushed our mourning before we were ready to do so. Wherever we have left those seeds, whether deep, deep down in the ancient past of our childhoods, or just yesterday, or in the past year, it's now time. Your Sacred Heart is calling you. Retrieve them. Hold them. Hold these beautiful seeds of sorrow. Love them. Hold them in the softness of your infinite and vast, sweet, compassionate, sacred heart. They belong to you, and you must take care of them. Hold them in the folds of your compassion tenderly. The time for planting is soon, but right now, hold them as if they were your most precious asset, your pearls of great price. Hold them to your heart chakra and know that the very heart of the universe is holding them too. Let's just be in the silence for a few moments as we hold these beautiful, precious seeds of grief and sadness. And while you are holding your seeds, I invite you to listen to a poem that Deborah Giddings will read for us.
Love, Sorrow by Mary Oliver. Love, sorrow. She is yours now, and you must take care of what has been given. Brush her hair. Help her into her little coat. Hold her hand, especially when crossing a street. Then you would be sorrow yourself. Her drawn face, her sleeplessness would be yours. Take care. Touch her forehead, that she feel herself not so utterly alone. And smile, that she does not altogether forget the world before the lesson. Have patience in abundance, and do not ever lie or ever leave her for a moment by herself, which is to say, possibly, again, abandoned. She is strange, mute, difficult, sometimes unmanageable. But remember, she is a child, and amazing things can happen. And as you may see, as the two of you go walking together in the morning light, how little by little she relaxes. She looks about her. She begins to grow.
What we're about to do now is a very special walking meditation. I'm going to demonstrate it for you, and if you're at home, I'm going to ask you to do your best to do what we're doing here in the sanctuary and just listen to the sound of my voice. And so let me demonstrate for you what the walking meditation looks like. It's a very, very slow walk, and it looks something like this. Walk, walk, gather, walk, walk, gather. It's incredibly slow. And what you're doing when you're gathering is you're adding on to all those beautiful, your own seeds. You've got your own personal seeds. And now during this walking meditation, you're going to be gathering seeds from all over the world to help you understand that in our woundedness and our sadness, we truly, truly are one. And now, holding your beautiful seeds of grief, of sorrow, and sadness, slowly stand up in your seats. And if you are at home, now's a good time to stand up in front of the screen. We're about to walk in our woundedness, and we're about to walk as one. Before you begin walking, I'd like to ask you to resist the temptation to hurry along, because there's no place to get to. Your sadness does not hold anybody back. Neither does anyone's sadness keep you from going where you believe you need to go. Remember, Jesus died a very long, slow, painful death. It didn't happen in seconds, it happened in hours. We're about to die too, slowly, and we're about to do it together as one. And so I invite you now, with the assistance of the helpers who are in the aisles, to begin your walk. Walk, walk, and gather. as you walk, know that you are gathering seeds of sadness from your families. Walk, walk, and gather. Walk, walk, and gather. As you walk, you are gathering seeds of sadness from your communities, your municipalities, the state that you live in, the country that you live in. Walk, walk, and gather. Find out what happens as you walk, walk, and gather, and pick up the grief that you believe that others have left behind. Walk, walk, and gather. It is all your grief. It all belongs to you. You remember now there is no separation. The child in Ukraine is my child. It is all my wound. Walk, walk, and gather. You may find that you are gathering sadness, not just from the human kingdom, but from the animal kingdom. You may notice that there are visions of animals who need your support, who are sad. And so you want to walk, walk, and gather, gather, gather all the sadness, all the woundedness in the animal kingdom. Walk, walk, and gather. You may become aware that you are gathering sadness from the plant kingdom, from the trees, from the moss, from the flowers, and you walk, and you gather. You walk and gather. You may now feel as though the entire earth is calling to you. Gather me, gather me. I am sad, I am hurting, gather me. And so you walk, and you gather. You gather every ocean. You gather every desert. You gather every mountain. You gather. You walk, and you gather. You gather all sadness everywhere. And if you find that your hearts are so inclined, you are aware that you can gather not just from this planet, but from the entire solar system, from our entire universe. For the universe is just as conscious and aware as we are and needs our support. And so we walk, and we gather. We gather as much as we can possibly hold. We do so remembering we are the Christ. Our heart is unlimited. There is no boundary on how much we can gather. We can hold the woundedness of our entire sacred history, the history of our entire planet, the history of this entire universe. We can hold all of this woundedness as we walk, and gather, and know that we will not fall down. The Christ we are has all the strength we need as we walk, walk and gather. As we begin to bring ourselves back to our seats, we bring ourselves back from our slow walk of walking, and gathering, our very slow, beautiful walk. And before we sit down, let's take a moment to please look around you. Look in the faces of everyone you have been walking with. Look at each other. This is the face of God. And sometimes God is crying, and sometimes God is not. But if God is crying now, that is because God is watering a beautiful seed within us. And all of this because we have walked and gathered. And now place your hands back upon your heart chakras. And can you feel the seeds that you have been carrying? Can you feel how they're now vibrating and trembling and shifting as the power of life whispers new hope into these seeds, new hope of an Easter sunrise? Can you now see that the wound is the place where the light enters?
So let's all just take a deep breath in and release. And once more, take our seats. As we come to the close of our Good Friday service, I hope your hearts are a bit lighter. I hope they're a bit more open. Tonight you planted a seed that will grow and bloom, and that seed represents the Christ within, your Christ within. So as you leave tonight, Deborah and Kathleen will be standing at our sanctuary doors, and they will be handing you a seed heart that you can plant in a pot on your shelf or in your garden. And as it grows, hopefully you will remember who you truly are. So thank you to Unity in the Foothills for joining us this evening. And special thanks to Reverend Carolyn and Kathleen, Deborah, and to our music director, Carolyn, and our live stream team, Jim and Tony and Julie, and also to our greeters, Christine and Maria, and also Christine and Bonnie, who will be at our giving box after the service. So we do have a final closing song, but let's just take a minute, just a minute, to be prayerful and grateful. So as we take another deep breath in, we pray affirming that our hearts and our minds are wide open. We release and we let go of all that no longer serve us. We affirm our divinity, and we are ready to take the next step on our spiritual journey. We look forward to our Easter resurrection with a deep inner knowing that we never walk alone, that Spirit and other like-minded people are with us. We say thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Unity. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen. And so, Carolyn, we'd love to hear our final song tonight, and maybe you can tell us what it is.
I'd be happy to. This is Rev C's fave. Get Ready, My Soul by Daniel Namad. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of life, to the deepest kind of love. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever known before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Thank you all for coming this evening, and we wish you safe travels on your way home tonight, and don't forget to pick up your plant seed, and we look forward to seeing you here and in Unity of the Foothills on Sunday, not tomorrow, Sunday,
Not
for
tomorrow.
Easter. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.